Hello everyone and welcome! We're jumping right into the 50-50 textbook, Unit 9, which is called I'll Take Two. In Arabic, that's الوحدة التاسعة سأخذ اثنين. Now in this explainer, we're going to get you ready to go shopping in English, and we're going to focus on three really important skills. How to ask for prices, how to check if a store even has what you need, and of course, how to tell the sales clerk exactly what you want to buy.
So, when you're out and about, ready to buy something, what's probably the most important question you're going to ask? Yep, it's this one right here. How much is it? Or, in Arabic, kam sera. This super simple question is basically the key that unlocks any shopping conversation. It's really the foundation of everything we're going to cover today.
All right, let's get into our first section, Let's Go Shopping. We're going to start with the absolute basics, building your confidence from the ground up. Making sure you have all the essential words and phrases before you even think about walking into a store.
Okay, so check out this first situation. We've got a guy looking at a car with a price tag of $15,000. So, what's the most natural question for him to ask the salesperson? Well, of course, it's got to be, how much is this car? In Arabic, he'd ask, Kam sayara hadihi as-sayara. It's the most direct, clearest way to get the info he's looking for.
Now, let's listen to what a real shopping conversation sounds like. This is the dialogue from track 37.
Can I help you?
I'm looking for a birthday present for my girlfriend. How much is that necklace?
This one, it's $299.
Oh. Well, how much are those earrings over there?
Those small ones, they're $49 a pair.
Okay, I'll take one earring.
Haha, just one earring. That's an interesting choice by Alexander right at the end there.
So that little conversation just gave us some absolutely essential phrases for our shopping toolkit. A sales clerk will almost always start with, can I help you, which is, هل يمكنني مساعدتك? You can respond with, I'm looking for, which means, أنا أبحث عن. But now, pay attention, because this next part is key. For a single thing, like the necklace, we use, how much is? But for more than one thing, like the earrings, we say, how much are? And then finally, once you've made up your mind, a simple, I'll take one, or سأخذ واحدا, gets the job done.
Okay, so you have those basic phrases down. Now let's really put them to the test. In this next section, listening at the shops, we're going to see if you can understand these conversations when they're happening live. This is where you really start to train your ear for the language.
All right, it's time for a listening challenge. You're about to hear three different conversations. The first is in a pharmacy, then a bakery, and finally a camera shop. Your job is to listen very carefully and figure out exactly what each person buys. Ready? Let's start with the pharmacy. This is track 38. Excuse me, I'm looking for a toothbrush. Sure, right here. They're $1.25. Okay, I'll take two. And do you have nail clippers? Yes, we do. Over there, 99 cents. Oh no, they're too big. Let's see, I also need aspirin and Band-Aids. Here you are. The aspirin is $2.49 a bottle and the Band-Aids are $3.50 a box. Okay, oh, how much is this baby powder? It's $4.75. Well, I don't need it right now. I'll just take these. So, did you catch all that? What did she buy? The answer is 2 toothbrushes, aspirin, and Band-Aids. Okay, next up, we're heading to the bakery. This is track 39. Excuse me, what kind of pie is that? That's apple pie. It's $6.75. Oh, sorry, I don't like apple. Can I have 2 loaves of French bread, please? Sure, they're $1.29 a loaf. Okay, and how much is that large fruit cake? It's $12.50. Oh, that's too expensive. How about these cookies and those donuts over there? Okay, the donuts are $4.50 a dozen, and the cookies are $8 a pound. I'll take a dozen donuts and a half pound of cookies. So in the end, he bought 2 loaves of French bread, a dozen donuts, and a half pound of cookies. And for our last one, let's go to the camera shop. This is track 40. Hi, I'm looking for a battery for this camera. Sure, we have those. They're $9.95 each. Okay, I'll take 2. Do you have a lens cap for this camera too? Yes, right here. It's only $2.50. Fine. How about a memory card? Thanks, but I don't need a memory card right now. So for our final shopper, what did he get? He bought 2 batteries and 1 lens cap.
So, after all that shopping, what did the final bills look like? As you can see, the trip to the pharmacy was pretty reasonable at $8.49. The bakery run was a little more, coming in at $11.08. But wow, the big spending happened at the camera shop with a total of $22.40, mainly because those 2 batteries were pretty pricey.
Fantastic work on the listening. But now, it's your turn to talk. In this section, we're flipping the script from listening to speaking. We're putting you in the driver's seat.
Okay, here is a role-playing scenario for you. I want you to imagine that you are the shopper, and you're in a hardware store. Here's the catch. You only have a budget of $30. Your job is to ask the salesperson for the items you need and then decide what you can actually afford to buy. In Arabic, your instructions are أنت المتسوق لديك 30 دولارا. اسأل البائع عن الأغراض التي في قائمتك ثم قرر ماذا ستشتري.
Let's just walk through what a successful purchase might sound like. You could start with something like, "Excuse me, I'm looking for a hammer." The salesperson would reply, "Sure, we have hammers." Then you ask that all-important question, "How much are they?" They tell you, "They're $3.95 each." You decide, "Okay, I'll take one." See? Simple and totally effective.
But, what happens if they don't have what you're looking for? Well, the salesperson asks, "Can I help you?" You ask, "Do you have trash cans?" They might say, "No, we don't. Sorry." And a really polite way to respond is just, "Thanks, anyway." All right, now it's your turn. Imagine you need to buy some light bulbs. How would you start that conversation? You could say, "Excuse me, do you have light bulbs?" Great job.
Let's move on to another speaking exercise, but this one has a little twist. This one's called How Much Are They? And it's all about spotting the differences. You're going to need a sharp eye for this one.
So for this task, we're comparing two different pictures to find the items that have different prices. Let's walk through the changes together. First off, if you look closely, the grapes are actually more expensive in picture B, at $1.90 a pound. Then, look at the t-shirts. They're cheaper, a great deal at 3 for $10. The headphones are also on sale, down to $14.99. But whoa, check out the pet shop. The rabbits are more expensive at $19.50, but the fish are a total steal, down from almost $50 to just under $5. It really goes to show how much prices can change.
All right, it's time to review the homework from page 53. The task was to unscramble a conversation and put all the lines in the correct logical order. I'm going to read the entire dialogue in its proper sequence now so you can check your own work. Just listen for how it flows naturally from one point to the next. "Excuse me, I'm looking for plastic report covers." "Sure, they're on the left, right over there." "I see. How much are they?" "They're 2 for $1 or $4.95 a dozen." "Well, I only need 4. Also, do you have copier paper?" "Yes, it's in the next aisle." "How much is it?" "It's $6 for 500 sheets." "Okay, thanks." "Oh, do you have crayons?" "No, we don't. They're on the second floor in the toy department." "Oh, okay. Thank you very much." "Sure. Have a nice day."
Okay, to wrap things up, let's go over our shopping toolkit. This is where we take everything we've learned and boil it down to the most critical grammar and vocabulary from the unit, so you can take it with you and use it. Let's just focus on these essential structures. The big takeaway here is knowing exactly when to use each phrase. Remember, for one single item you ask, "How much is this shirt?" But for multiple items it's, "How much are these shoes?" To see if a store has something in stock, you ask, "Do you have raincoats?" And to finalize your purchase, you can simply say, "I'll take 1" or "Let me have 2." And finally, let's lock in all the new vocabulary from this unit with a bit of pronunciation practice. I'm going to say the English word and I want you to repeat it after me. Ready? Necklace. قلادة. Toothbrush. فرشاة أسنان. Aspirin. Aspirin. Band-aids. ضمادات. Cookies. كعك. Donuts. donuts. Battery. بطارية. Lens cap. غطاء العدسة. Hammer. مطرقة. Nails. مسامير. Excellent work.
Wow, we have covered a lot today. How to ask for prices, how to check for items, and how to say what you want to buy. You now have the essential tools for shopping in English. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Using everything you've learned today, what will you buy on your next shopping trip? Thanks for joining this explainer, and I'll see you next time.